Hey folks, Chuck Holton here. Thanks for watching the Hot Zone. I am today in a little village in the mountains of Burma, and you can tell that these people still live very primitive lives from the looks of the housing that they have. It's made of split bamboo. It's up on stilts, and they don't, most of them have any running water or electricity or anything like that. And so you might be surprised to come here and to see a giant Baptist church built on top of the hill in this village. But that's because most of the people in this village are Christians. These hill tribes were converted to Christianity by Adoniram Judson, the very first Southern Baptist missionary who converted them back in the mid 1800s. And so that's part of the reason why there's this ongoing war between these Christian hill tribe people. This in particular is the Karenni, and the Buddhist military junta that controls Burma. But as I walk through this village, one of the things I'm struck by is that there's almost nobody here. And that's because of the threat of bombings from the Buddhist military that is trying desperately to hold on to power in this country. Here you can see the sign behind me. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. It says Paku Baptist Church right there. And I'm not sure. It says it was built in 2021. August 1st, 2021 is when it was built. So it's brand new. Isn't that amazing? As I walk through the village here, I'm just going to turn the camera around and let you see what I'm seeing. But it's pretty fascinating. As I said, most of the village is fairly empty. It looks like they did have power at one point. There's an electrical transformer right there, and there are some power lines, but I don't know if they have any power currently. If I look up here at the power poles, you can see there's a lot of stuff growing up there on the lines. And one thing you don't see out here are communications lines. There is no cell service. There is a pig that's wandering around through the village right down there. We'll go find him. But yeah, there's no communications, there's no internet, anything like that. And it's actually pretty challenging when you come out here and you're so used to having 24/7 connection to the internet, and then you don't. You have no internet, no cell service, no communications whatsoever. What do you do with yourself? If you're like me, are used to, hi. If you're used to, spending so much time on Facebook or something. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. She's so cute. Hi. There's a pig just wandering around the village. Here, pig. That is a large pig. It could probably hurt me if it wanted to. Honk, honk, honk. Honk, honk. Look, he went through the gate. So there's not a lot of people left here because the bombings by the government forces have forced people to flee up into the mountains. She's got an American flag on her head. Oh, wow. Sorting out the grains here. Wow. What a time-consuming process. She doesn't want to show her face on camera. But so these families, they're drying some laundry. Many of them have sent their families up into the jungle to get away from the potential bombings by the government. They haven't had any here since December, from what I understood from the conversation down there. But it's still certainly a possibility, and there's no way to fight that. They don't have any kind of anti-aircraft or anything like that. They just have to hide in a hole. If you hear a plane coming, you run and hide in the, in a rock or a hole. Oh, I think she's on her phone, or him. How's it going? He's got his hammock there. That's probably how I will be sleeping tonight. I'm gonna be sleeping here tonight, staying here tonight. I'm trying to find my way back down to the river because the vehicle that was supposed to come pick us up didn't show up when we got here. And apparently they either got a late start or they had some mechanical breakdown or something. We don't really know because there's no communications. So we just have to sort of wait here until somebody shows up to get us. And that's not a fun feeling, obviously. We were supposed to have been well into our journey by now. We left we got up at 4 o'clock this morning after getting in last night at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I had far less than 2 hours sleep because there were roosters crowing and dogs barking and all sorts of noise, and somebody started a fire that smoked out the house where we were. I thought the house was on fire. So I think I got about 15 minutes of sleep last night. That's exciting. And so we got on a boat before dawn this morning and then headed up the river. It was about a 7.5 hour trip up the river to where we are now, well inside Burma. And this is where there's a road that can take us a little bit further in, because if we were to have to walk from here to where the front lines are, it would be about a week's journey or more, I'm told. And so we're trying to avoid that by driving at least part of the way, because we have a lot of medical supplies and things like that. So I turn the camera out here and show you the river. As I come down to the river, there are boats coming and going. That's the primary economy of this area. Oh, that's the wide angle. Let's zoom in a little bit. So you see that boat coming in, and there's a big pile of barrels over there full of diesel fuel, the primary fuel for these boats. And there's somebody down there washing clothes. There's people bathing in the river. You know, you forget how slow life went before we had the internet. Back before there was any kind of communications like we have now, life just was a whole lot slower. And sitting around waiting for somebody because you agreed to meet at a certain spot, and you just have to wait till they get there, and you have no way of communicating with them to find out if they're on their way or if something went wrong. I vaguely remember what that was like because I grew up before the internet. But at least we even had phones and could call. Here you don't even have that. So, how's it going, my buddy? So it's just it's a whole different pace of life, and it's really hard to get used to. It's been windy. The wind is dying down now, but it's been windy down on the river. And man, there's a bunch of moon dust down there that's just like talcum powder. So when the wind blows, it just gets into everything, and it's just nasty. I hate that stuff. I don't know why there aren't many places in the United States where I've ever seen moon dust, but you sure see it in Afghanistan and Iraq a lot. You can tell that people sit right up here a lot, because right down here at my feet, there's this red stuff staining the ground. That's beetle juice from the beetle nut. Everybody here chews the beetle nut, and they it's kind of a mild narcotic, I guess. It stains your teeth and your mouth just a horrible shade of red. I don't know what kind of effect it has on a person, but apparently it's, it feels good. Kind of like I said, a mild narcotic effect. And I don't know that it impairs your judgment or anything, because you just see people, everybody's chewing it all the time. I think it's probably maybe like a stronger version of caffeine or something. Just, I don't know. But anyway, you see that stuff all over the place. And here comes a fighter. Looks like he's got a gun. Has he got a 22? A 22 rifle? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's I think this is a homemade rifle, actually. I looked at it earlier, and there's no markings on it whatsoever. Good. There's no markings on that rifle at all, and I know that they do make a lot of guns in Thailand and Burma, and so I think there's actually a whole cottage industry of making firearms here. So I have a feeling it's a homemade 22. Or it's just so old that it's had the serial numbers ground off of it or something. But anyway, so we're just waiting for our ride. I don't know how long it's going to be, but so we're planning to just go ahead and sleep here tonight. There's a goat stuck in a bag right here. Poor little goatie. Goat. I'm not sure why this goat is in a bag, but I can guess. I think this goat might be somebody's supper. Hey, little goat. Poor little goatie. I got mad at a kid earlier today up here because there's a sign. Is that your goat? Is that goat yours? No? Not your goat. Poor little goat. I got mad at this kid because he was shooting with his slingshot. He was shooting rocks at the dogs running around here and hitting the dogs. And I told him, you shoot another rock at a dog and I'm going to throw a rock at you. And he kind of looked all sheepish and then, ran off. I don't know if he understood. I think he understood what I was saying. He doesn't speak English, obviously, but from the tone of my voice and my gestures and everything and the look on my face, I'm sure he understood that I was not happy with him for shooting at the dogs. It's a hard life here, and they tend to be kind of cruel. There's one of the little doggies. Hey, girl. Most of them look pretty well fed. I have to say that whenever I come to Burma, you just kind of eat what you're given, because there's no restaurants. We have guys with us who are local guys who, they know everybody out here, and they take us where we're supposed to go and make sure we get fed and make sure we have a place to sleep at night and everything. When I'm here, most of the time I have no idea what's going on, really, what we're doing or what we're going to do. But these guys make sure that somebody gives us food. Everything that I'm given, though, I basically have no idea what it is. I couldn't tell you if it's meat or vegetable. I couldn't tell you if it's pork or chicken. I couldn't tell you if it's a nut or if it's got a bunch of vegetables in it for sure. And it's usually very spicy, which is good. And you just have to sort of just say heck with it and eat it, because you're not going to get anything else. There's not any other option. So you just eat whatever it is you're given and hope you don't get sick. One time I bit into I think it was a bamboo heart, and there was a spider in it, and the spider jumped on my lip, and I had a split-second decision to make to either spit the spider at my host who was sitting across from me or bite it before it bit me. And I chose to bite the spider before it bit me and then just eat it. And yeah, that was not fun. I can't say that the food's terrible. It's some of it is, but if it's spicy, I usually like it. And my palate has certainly expanded over time doing this job. If I had started my career traveling around the world in Burma, I might not have traveled anymore after that, because the food is not great. There's a lot of fermented fish and day-old rice and soup that has unknown origin. But, I haven't died yet, so that's good. It's a plus. Here comes a little guy. Hi. It makes you wonder if he's ever actually seen a camera this far out. Boat. It's coming in. Doesn't look like he's got a lot of cargo on it, though. So that's our day today. It still will be another day or even two before we get to the front lines where we're trying to go. I say we, I've got a doctor with me, and we picked him up. He came in from Denver. He's an orthopedic doctor, but can do all kinds of stuff. And so he's sorely needed out here. There's a lot of wounded. And so we're trying to get him out there to the front line. He brought about 3 or 4 big duffel bags of medical supplies, things that are desperately needed out here. So that's what we got. We're just going to keep working our way toward the front lines. And so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.